I spent 15 years in prison for a crime that I did not commit. In May 15, 1994, I was accused of murder and attempted murder, a crime that I had no knowledge of. I was incarcerated at the age of 19 and released at the age of 34. In my soul, I felt that justice had failed me. My first job that I had on Cofield unit was working in the fields. I felt like a slave. I walked out of prison in October of 2009. My full exoneration, February 15, 2012. Wrongfully convicted, wrongfully arrested. I walked out of prison in 2009 with nothing. There was no money given to me at this point in time. There was no money given to individuals that had been really wrongfully incarcerated. I understand that people coming home from prison, humility is a hard pill to swallow. Done 10, 15, 20 years, and the only thing that you get coming home from prison is $50. But at that point in time, I felt that it was something more important for me to do than to be angry. And so I moved back in, got me a job through one of the ministers at our church, got back enrolled in school, and I then began to meet other innocent men that had been getting released over the previous 2 to 3 years. And it's like, we need to go to Austin. We need to begin to lobby to be financially compensated. And eventually a compensation was passed for individuals that were wrongfully incarcerated and proven actually innocent. I am a beneficiary of the compensation of $1.2 million for 15 years of my life. After the full exoneration, Miles of Freedom was born. Miles of Freedom helps individuals that are either returning home from prison or that's been out impacted by incarceration. We just celebrated 12 years. We're blessed to have a staff of 12, a board of 15. We work with over 3,000 men and women returning home from prison.
I was incarcerated for capital murder. Prison is really designed to take your individuality from you. When I was released in 2019, being able to be accepted by Miles of Freedom, it really helped me in things such as getting your driver's license, how to conduct an interview, how to fill out a resume, and just being in social circles that didn't involve everyone that you're around that had on the same color of clothes that you had. Being given the opportunity to volunteer at Miles of Freedom, I feel useful, helpful. It's encouraging.
Miles of Freedom also provides case management. And so we have these services that help individuals get their Texas IDs, build their resumes up. They help with housing assistance, employment assistance. We have clothing vendors that provides clothes for them. In 2019, we began a food pantry, and so we have one of the only food pantries in the city of Dallas. We've distributed over 4 million pounds of food to individuals that's experiencing food insecurity.
Incarcerated for 15 years. Getting ready to be released, I had this fear of going back into society. I was homeless, and I was homeless for 2 years after then. I went to job interviews, but they was going in a different direction. That was just another way telling me that I had an X on my back. I kept going and the doors kept closing. But when I came to Miles of Freedom, it was just like a come to Jesus meeting. They told me I wasn't a mistake, I made some mistakes. They invested in me, and I've been here 1.5 years now.
And so at the end of the day, Miles of Freedom is a beacon of hope that was born out of a tragedy of injustice to support those individuals impacted by incarceration.